Next thing you know, I was detained in this 10 by 10 box, and we called ourselves the Yellow Panthers.
Oh my God. Doesn't matter your ethnicity, you can spot an American. You just have a different swagger. So today we're gonna be looking at a comedian called Jimmy O. Yang. Now I gotta be perfectly honest, I have never heard of this comedian before. I believe he may be American or Canadian. I don't actually know, but I do know his face. So I googled how I know his face, and he was in this rom-com that I watched on Netflix, and the rom-com was pretty good. So yeah, I didn't know he was a stand-up comedian though. He caught my eye when I saw one of his videos said weird American things, which obviously is related to my channel in many ways, so I want to check him out today. Before I get into the video, do be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, the next time you're out and about, your bag's gonna break. You're gonna have to carry all the things in your hands, in your little hands. That would suck. So like, share, comment, subscribe. Consider joining Patreon if that appeals to you, because we have 2 extra videos a week there. Okay, Jimmy, let's see what you're made of.
Like about 10 years ago, I went on a college trip to Tijuana, Mexico.
First off, sorry, I know I'm stopping it very early on. You just said 10 years ago when he was on a college trip. So that would make him 28 at a minimum. And he looks super young. I thought he was super young.
Because that's just what a good American college student would do. And the thing is, walking into Mexico from the US, they don't check anything. There's just a big revolving door. Yeah. You walk right in. They don't even check your ID. It's easier to get into Mexico than a Costco. You just walk in. And that's it.
Okay.
But coming back was a totally different story. Coming back from Mexico to the US, there's no more revolving doors. Now it's a concrete windowless tunnel with guards with M16 machine guns. And I was super nervous being an immigrant and all. And my college buddy, Ian, next to me, he was like, Jimmy, don't worry, man. Just tell them you're American. They let you right through. I'm like, easy for you to say, Ian. Ian walks up, he gets through, no problem. I walk up, the first thing they ask me, they're like, sir, are you an American citizen? I was like, yes. But I forgot one very minor detail, that I wasn't. I was still...
Oh, that's an important detail indeed. I'm totally so far with him completely. We just walked into Mexico. I went there on my 6th year trip, which is the trip you take after college. So I went with a school pal, and yeah, we just walked into Mexico, and getting out was like a very long queue, and we ended up paying a police officer who told us to pay him, and he skipped us up the queue, which seemed illegal, but also you're not going to argue with a police officer. And then they seemed more than happy when we told them we were Irish. But yeah, don't tell them you're a citizen if you're not.
Still an immigrant on a green card, and I wasn't a full-on citizen yet. Next thing you know, I was detained in this 10 by 10 box, and they started interrogating me. They're like, sir, why did you lie about your American citizenship? I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm drunk, and I really wasn't trying to lie. My friend in front of me told me to tell you I was American, so that's just what I did. It was a knee-jerk reaction. He was like, well, was he American? I was like, well, his name is Ian, so probably.
Could be Irish.
And then the officer was like, sir, you do understand this is a very serious offense. We could deport you for this. I was like, deport me? I didn't even know that was an option. What was I going to do back in Hong Kong? Restart my ping pong career?
Oh my God.
That ship has sailed, man. So I was like, sir, please don't deport me. I'm just drunk, stupid college student. I'm every bit American. I can recite you every single Jay-Z lyric if you want me to. I'm in 3 fantasy football leagues. If that's not American, I don't know what is.
Did you really say that?
And I got very lucky. This is what he said. He was like, look, kid, you got lucky. We're not going to deport you today, okay? But just don't ever do that again, or we send you back to where you came from.
Oh.
And this motherfucker was Asian. Okay. I was like, where I came from? We came from the same place, dog. I think I saw you at my uncle's wedding 2 years ago. Why are you going to throw me under the bus? That guy definitely watched The Great Wall many times. But that was a very sobering experience. I'd been in the country for 10 years at that point, but I still wasn't American. Nothing has changed. I finally got my citizenship 3 years ago.
He really does look about 19, am I right? Like, he looks like he's just out of school, doesn't he?
And it's, you don't have to clap. My point is nothing has changed. Still Asian. Just because I got a new passport, nobody in any part of the world is going to come up to me and be like, hey, look, there's an American.
Oh, yes, they
Holy
are.
shit, look at him. He looks just like Rocky Balboa. Oh, my God. No.
We can spot an American. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. You can spot an American. You just have a different swagger. You really do. A European can spot an American from a mile.
The first day I got my passport, I was feeling real patriotic. So I went to my local Hooters.
Yeah.
I was drinking a Coors Light. I was watching a World Cup. It was USA versus Mexico. And I was like, man, I'm cheering for Team USA. I'm American, finally. And this old Mexican dude came up to me. He couldn't really speak English. And this is what he said. He was like,
So sorry, I just have to ask a question. When you get your American citizenship, are you American then? I wouldn't have thought so. I thought you're still wherever you're born is your nationality. Maybe he's just speaking in casual terms.
Amigo, Mexico, Korea, tomorrow, huh? And I'm like, what the f*** are you talking about? What are you trying to start World War III or something? I'm not even Korean. He managed to insult me with the only 3 English words he knew.
Wow.
So I really felt the need to explain myself. I was like, sir, I'm not Korean, I'm Chinese. And he looked back to his friends. He was like, oh, pinche chinito, huh? And I'm like, sir, you do know that I can understand what that means, okay? I have Mexican friends back home just like you. He was like, no, I'm not Mexican. I'm El Salvador. And I'm like, oh, great, now I'm the f***ing racist. And if people was gonna assume that I don't speak English, that's fine. That's what I do now when I get pulled over by the cops. I just pretend I don't speak English. Haven't gotten a ticket in 5 years.
Wow.
Last time I got pulled over, the cop was knocking on my window. He's like, sir, you do understand you can't make a right turn here. It says right there in the sign you can't make a right turn. So I just looked up at him. I was like, oh. I don't know. I'm sorry, but the English is not very good, so I cannot read the sign. And he was really confused. He just looked back down at me. He was like, sir, the sign is not in English. It's a diagram, so I don't understand how that's a language barrier.
Actually, that is a really good question I have, because I have heard that English is not the national language of the United States of America, that you have like a couple of different languages, but then most of your street signs and stuff are in English, right? Whereas in Ireland, our national language is Irish, not English, so all our street signs are in Irish and English, because not that many people can actually speak Irish. But it's odd how in America, you guys don't have like all your street signs in English and in Spanish and whatever the other languages that are official languages of the United States of America are.
So I just looked up at him. I was like, oh, I don't know. But do you know today is the Dragon Ball Lychee Ball?
I don't get that. Though.
Gotta use it to your advantage, people. Very happy to be here, man. Thank you. Oh, you guys don't have to. Thank you.
Cool stage.
For all your support. It's been great. It's been really great. Like, I'm like quasi-famous now. Nothing's really changed. I might get a free appetizer at select PF Chang's. That's about it. Nothing's really changed. I was still using Tinder up until like a year ago. This is a true story. But now I realize I got a whole new set of issues on Tinder. Like now when I do match with a girl, she doesn't believe that it's me. Like, that's not you. You're not that guy from this thing and that thing. I'm like, who the f is using me as a fake profile? You gotta dig real deep to use me, man. I feel like there's so many better choices out there. One time my agent told me that I had a good look. And I'm like, thanks, dude, I appreciate that. But then it took me years to realize that having a good look is totally different than being good looking. I still don't know what the f it means.
Your niche.
And look, I'm not being self-deprecating, okay? That's Hollywood talk. I don't listen to that shit. I understand that in real life, I'm like super good looking.
Ooh, okay. I want to follow up on that. Just as an aside, as a former actor, interesting fact, I did not have a good look as a working actor in Ireland. There are not, aside from commercials, a whole lot of roles for blonde people in Irish productions, because generally they're set in to olden days where they want people like that are more just basically like I have a very commercial look, so they don't want that in Ireland. Whereas I remember my agent once said to me, my agent then, not now, I've given up acting. Industry sucked, love acting, but hated the industry.
Hey you, do you feel like you're not shot on enough in life? Feel like you've got some modicum of self-esteem? Want people with less education, less experience and smarts than you to shit on you all day long? Can't recommend the Irish acting industry higher. It's the right one for you.
He said to me, oh, you'd get so much more work if you lived in America. And I was like, well, duh. Like, that would be the case in most industries. You know what I mean? Yeah, interesting. He has what you would call, a good look, very niche, because there wouldn't be a lot of people competing with him at a high level. Yeah, that would be a good look, especially if you're working in the United States.
If you're into anime.
Oh, okay.
You gotta... I understand that in real life, I'm like super good looking. If you're into anime.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get in where you fit in, people. One time I went over to the girl's house. She has this like Naruto anime poster in her bedroom. I knew I was f***ing that night. You gotta know your demo, people.
Damn.
Asian people, we don't need Tinder anymore. We just go to BTS concerts. That's how we do that parking lot pimping.
Jeez.
I've been dating a lot of tall girls lately because it makes me look successful.
That's funny.
No. I think tall women are beautiful, but some of them like to wear heels.
Yeah,
That's
why
just
not?
disrespect.
I have no problem dating shorter guys at all, but if I feel like wearing heels, I'll wear heels. I don't often wear heels, I just wear trainers and boots, but if I want to, I will.
I'm like, you're already 5 inches taller than me. Why the f*** are you wearing heels? And she's like, it makes my ass look better. I'm like, your ass is at my eye level right now. Neither of us look good, okay? I look like a child, and you look like a child molester. My mom had bought me gym shorts that was my exact size and extra small. So that wasn't very cool because it came down mid-thigh. And apparently back in the day, that was called a John Stockton. And the same kid next to me, that bully next to me, he's like, hey, look at it. Hey, don't wear your pants like that. Pull your pants down, man. Pull your pants down. And I was like, who's the gay one now? But I didn't know what to do. Everybody was looking at me, and this kid kept saying, pull your pants down. So I was like, oh, shit. I've seen Shawshank Redemption. Maybe it's just how it works in America. So I start pulling down my shorts all the way down to my knees, all the way down to my ankle. And the same kid, the bully next to me, is like, hey, what are you doing? Don't pull them down all the way. That's gay. And I'm like, what is not gay in this country? And apparently this other kid next to me is like, hey, don't pull them down all the way. Just sag them a little bit. Just sag your pants. And I didn't know what sagging your pants meant. Apparently that's a cool hip hop thing, to pull your pants down halfway down your butt. So you show everybody your asshole. And apparently that's the only not gay way to wear your pants in America. I had no idea. All these weird American things I wasn't used to. Eventually, I learned how to speak English by watching a lot of TV, mainly BET Rap City. Because that was my shit. I want to be cool, and nothing cooler than BET Rap City, right? Every music video was a slice of somebody's American dream. The first music video I saw was Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'. You guys remember that shit? Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' was the greatest music video of all time. It's Jay-Z and his boys on a yacht pouring champagne on this beautiful woman's face for like 4 minutes. I was like, this is America? It's amazing. That's all I wanted to do. Like before I even wanted to get into stand-up, that's all I wanted to do. I want to be a rapper. I want to be like Jay-Z and Big Pimpin'. So I started my own rap group in high school. It's a true story. It was me, my black friend Julian, and my other friend Yuji, who was half black and half Japanese. So we had perfectly 1.5 black dudes and 1.5 Asian dudes. And we called ourselves the Yellow Panthers.
Oh my God. No.
I know. I wish I was making this shit up, but I'm not. The Yellow Panthers was a real rap group. And we had a real rap song. It was called Underground Railroad Builder.
What?
I was confused. Eventually, I became a good Asian American, and I went to school to get an economics degree because that was the easiest degree that can still appease my Asian parents. But then after I graduated, I didn't want to do like econ or finance. So I went up to my dad. I was like, Dad, I don't want to do any of this. I want to go try and do stand-up. And he's like, what's a stand-up? You mean like a talk show? I was like, yeah, sure, talk show, whatever you want to call it, okay? But I want to go pursue my dreams. And he was like, no. Pursue your dreams, how you become homeless. I was like, no, Dad, things are different now. We're in America, okay? In America, we're supposed to do what we love. He was like, no. Everyone does what they hate for money and use the money to do what they love.
Not a bad theory. And Dad's right. When you're starting out, that's what you gotta do. I'm grateful every day I get to do what I love for a living. Please don't make it stop. Well, that was super interesting. I found him very apt at the things he said. His jokes were humorful. I wasn't rolling on the floor laughing. But yeah, let me know below if you're an American person and you have something to say about his observations, because obviously European can't really say too much about them. That's it for today. See you guys on the other side. Bye. Hot in here. The computer's hot. We're all hot, computer. Chewie's holding it together. I'm holding it together. It's your job to hold it together. You're not. You're just exploding. Don't explode. Okay, Dewey? You just gonna have your butt in everybody's face the entire video? You do look comfy. We'll leave him, will we? Or will I call him over? Can I come say hi? No. Well, that told you.